My cannibal girlfriend finally convinced me to sleep over. She promised she'd make me breakfast in the morning. Hello? Sorry.
See, Tom?
Yep, hello. Gandhi, as we know, walked barefoot for most of his life, which produced large calluses on his feet. He also ate very little, which made him frail. And his odd diet also gave him very bad breath. This made him a supercallous fragile mystic hexed with halitosis.
Oh my God.
I went on a date with a female matador. It didn't work out. There were just too many red flags.
Should have finished at Gandhi.
Should have been a handy bendy Gandhi.
Gandhi was your high point, mate.
Really?
Yeah, we're riding the sled of poor quality all the way down this fucking hill.
Oh, okay. Do any of you chaps know the difference between curtains and toilet paper? No?
Oh, God.
Then it was
This is a
you!
good question.
Oh, flip it out.
Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to the Black Dog 237. I'm Lee.
I'm Darren.
I'm Jim.
I'm Elton.
And this week, we'll see how everyone's week's been. And then we will see if there's any feedback for last week's episode, which was the perfection. And then we will get on to this week's movie, which is the third in the indeterminate random weeks of random horror, because it's been very random, with my pick, which is Monkey Shines from 1988. A film which, as a boy, watching this on VHS, I did done love. Did I now? That's a question which we will answer in in a while. So,
It's definitely a question.
it's definitely a question. But we will get to all of that soon enough once we've done our usual bits, which is how's your week? And Jim, how's your week?
Been fairly steady as it goes.
Yep.
Enjoyed quite a relaxing long weekend as it was Teresa's birthday this weekend gone.
Yep.
So she had Monday and Friday off, and so consequently we just did chilled out things. Went for a nice walk around the local castle.
Nice.
Bought some ridiculously large sirloin steaks and cooked them up for a birthday.
Nice.
And had a ride out to a garden centre, which is terribly exciting for people of our age because they are now wonderlands of tat.
Yeah.
And so we had a nice relaxing few days off, and the birthday went well, and she was pleased, and that was all good. So that was nice. Other than that, not done an awful lot. Well, I have done an awful lot. It's my busy season being Halloween, so I'm hammering out podcasts and thinking, Christ, I've got to get shit done.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all under control and going well. And
Nice.
so other than that, I had my immunotherapy second dose last week,
Oh, yeah.
and that went well. And so far, again, no real side effects. So
Awesome.
fingers crossed that'll continue. So So I feel feeling quite good about things at the minute, and it's kind of nearly at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I've drawn up a list of how many more podcasts I've got to do before the end of the year, and I'm whipping through them, and I'm going to put my feet up at some point when they're done. But a good, quite well ahead of the game after a rather turbulent year. So
yes.
It's all good at the minute.
Nice.
It's getting that time of the year where you can see it's all nearly over for this year. Bring on Christmas, where everything just settles down for a bit, and no one's at work. All the politicians don't go politicking, and we have a bit of peace for a week or so. I'm looking forward to that kind of that Christmas limbo.
Oh, my sweet summer child! You really do think that Christmas is going to be when the politicians stop politicking? Well,
yes, they do, because they're lazy fuckers and don't work less than dull boys. That's why.
Well, there is that, I guess. Fair dues.
But yes, so
cool.
Putting my stall out for the end of the year is where I'm at.
Nice. Good work. Okie dokie. Right. Well, then in which case we shall move on to Elton, if that's okay. Elton,
Yeah.
what's happening with you, mate?
So I have two things.
Mm.
One a bad one and one a good one.
Right.
And it's one that I forgot to mention 2 weeks ago. And
okay.
I was going to mention it last week, but yeah, birthday shenanigans happened,
Yes.
and so wasn't here.
Yes.
So do you remember when we recorded the last episode of the Alien Earth episodes that we did?
Yes.
I had a tooth extraction that day, didn't I?
You did.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was a bit talking like that,
Yes.
ever so slightly.
You were slightly upset that your Oculus wasn't being used more.
Yes. Well, I've now learned how to talk again, which is good.
Well, that's handy.
But I just wanted to point out, I didn't realize how accurate cartoons in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s had got tooth extractions and the way that they're actually done.
Is this going to be a don't say another? Is this going to be a like Lee needs to sort of log off for 5 minutes
No,
while you tell us
no.
stories of tooth extractions?
No, it's not. No, but it's the fact that I didn't realize how close they got it with like the dentist standing on your chest and just tugging away.
Oh, right.
So this is my very first one I've ever had done like
Yep.
this.
Right.
It's all right. I'm going to go gently. You're good. It's fine.
Yeah.
But man alive, that was not a pleasant experience
No.
at all.
Oh God. Yeah. Keep going.
So, okay, I was injected, and
Yeah.
the dentist, I think she actually scratched my lip by accident
Oh.
with
Mm.
the cocktail of injection that she wanted to give my gum, so I
Right.
went to sleep, and so
Right.
my top lip went to sleep first. I don't think she meant to do that. But
Okay.
she gave me a couple of injections. I said, "Okay, right, we're waiting until that settles down," and then they got like the real sharp pin out and said, "Can you feel that? No, I can't feel that. Can you feel that? No, can't feel that. Can you feel that? Fucking yes, I can.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
well, we'll give you some more injections." And so they gave me some more injections. I went, "Can
Oh,
you feel
no.
that? Not really. No, but
Yeah.
I think they went back. They went back for a third set of injections at one point. Yes,
Oh, my
no,
God.
this was after a bit of tugging because. Oh,
I
sorry.
beg your pardon.
Is it?
Yeah. Euphemism.
It's funny what some people do for money, isn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
I shouldn't
say.
have done that in their dentist office. I know.
No.
But let's be honest. It could have been worse. You know. You
Nowadays,
were
I've-
paying-
Manhandling ways.
I've reached the age of. Oh, hang on. Yep. Okay. Right. I'm doing that now, aren't I?
yeah.
Just like a sausage.
So,
Mm.
yeah.
Just a bit of skin. That's all it is. It's just
Oh God. Stop it. Yes.
So the dentist started tugging.
Yeah. Oh God.
At-
Really? You get that on the NHS, do you?
at the tooth, and you can hear the. I'm trying to be delicate.
Yeah, cracking
here.
noise.
Yeah, if you got two stones and rubbed them together, that sort of noise.
Oh no.
And yeah, it wasn't great. And at one point they did stop and go, "Okay, we can book you in again for like a proper anesthetic, like put you to sleep, or
Yeah.
we can just go for it." And I was sweating buckets at this
Right.
point.
Yeah.
I went, "No, just do it. just take it out now. And so it was hold my head down with one hand and just grab it and yank it out. And yeah, I was not ready for that, to the point where they got some sugar tablets ready for me.
Sugar tablets?
Yeah, like glucose tablets. And they laid me.
Okay.
I forget what it starts with a D. I forget what it was called.
Dextrose.
Might be dextrose.
Right.
They gave me 2. She said it was sugar tablets, and I said, "Really, dentist, give me sugar?" She went, "Yes, it's glucose." So, but you're looking a bit pale. So I went, "Okay." And she went, "Lay down on the chair." And so she laid it flat, and she went, "I'm just going to tip you back a bit more so the blood runs to your head." I went, "Okay."
Oh,
and
Jesus.
so, yeah, it was a case of load me up with sugar and tip me upside down so my heart pumps the blood to my head.
I mean,
there I lay for 5 minutes while that was happening.
I mean, this sounds like Clive Barker's version of My Little Teapot. Yeah, I'm a little teapot. I mean, what on earth?
Yep. Yeah, apparently I took it really bad.
Did you? What, being stood on your head and having your tooth ripped out while being someone shoved sugar in your gob? Who could tell? Who could guess?
Yeah, I was not expecting it. Turns out I'm a wuss.
A wuss?
Why they did it?
Fucking wuss. They're dangling you by your ankles, pulling stuff out of your teeth, and then trying to throw sugar in your mouth. What would be the quote unquote manly reaction to that?
I don't know.
Do you pull it out yourself?
Sounds like a was it an episode in the Saw series or in anything else?
Yep.
You know, just
we're going to play a game.
Oh my
Little
god!
dude like comes in on his tricycle.
Get out of that. Go on, get out of that. Go on, bet you can't get out of that. Bet you can't. Go on.
Yeah.
Get out of that.
How are your teeth feeling? Do you like that? Here's a 12-pound mallet and a pair of tongs. Make your choice.
Jesus, man.
So yeah, that was fun. So yeah, recording. I think I got home. I was in an absolute mess. I think I messaged you guys saying, "I've just had a tooth extraction. I'm a mess. I may not be on."
Yeah.
And I think about 2 hours before, maybe 2 hours before, I was still slurring and really struggling. But luckily, I'm all right now. It has taken a while for me to learn how to speak again, though. But yeah, we're all back.
But you were a brave little soldier, and you managed to struggle through Alien Earth episode 7 or 8. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was like having teeth pulled as well.
Yeah,
I got that reference. I know what teeth pulling is like now.
There you go. There you go. He's done it. It's a breakthrough. Right. And that was the good thing or the bad thing you were going to tell us about?
Luckily, that was the bad thing.
Oh, thank fuck. All right, go on. Yep.
So
that was a good thing.
Do you remember December last year? I got some tickets. Or I got a ticket to go see Hope of the States, who are a band who I really, really loved in the early noughties.
Yes. Yeah.
And didn't get around to seeing them.
Yes,
and
that's right.
All the time had passed, and then they came back, which I got very excited about. I bought the tickets in like the July of that year, I think it was.
That's right.
And was really, really looking forward to it. And then things conspired against me, and trains really screwed me up and couldn't go.
Yeah.
Well, same thing happened. Well, not the same thing happened. They put some more gigs on this month. Just 3.
Right.
And I managed to grab a ticket for the one in Islington.
Right.
And I went to it.
Yes.
And it was fucking awesome.
Hey.
It was so good.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Now, I've been to my fair share of gigs.
Mm-hmm.
and I have been to my fair share of trying to get to the front and being very close to the front. I think the closest I got was 2 from the front at the Stone Roses and 3 from the front at Blur.
Right.
Other than that, it's all been mid-pack.
Yeah.
This time, I queued up outside the place. I just moseyed on down there in my own free time. I took the day off and the day after just in case things went really pear-shaped.
Yep.
And I just took a nice, slow journey down to Islington
Yeah.
to this place. I turned up outside the place at 6:30. The doors open at 7.
Mm.
And I was 7th in the queue to get in.
Wow.
Nice.
So I walked in through the doors, did all like the normal coat searches and all the stuff you have to do nowadays.
Yeah.
Sauntered into the main hall.
Yeah.
Looked around, thought, okay, right. I was expecting loads and loads of people there already. I know the doors had just opened, but I was expecting people to be flying past me and coming through other doors as well, and really trying to get in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that.
No?
They were all coming through the same door I was coming through.
Wee.
And I walked up to the bar. I got myself a pint of lemonade, and so I was driving as well.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and I turned around and I saw where the stage was, and I saw the barrier.
Right.
I thought, there's no one there.
No.
And so I walked up to the barrier
Right.
and I stood at the barrier, and there I stood for the rest of the night.
Nice.
So front row, there was 1 or 2 people there as well. I wasn't front and center, but I was front and maybe center 2 or 3 people. So
Nice.
yeah, flipping awesome stuff. It was brilliant. So yeah, I had a thoroughly good time.
Right.
And I want to do it again. I really want to do it again. Even though these sort of things, when like the day before, I always go, I don't know if I want to go. I really don't know if I want to. I don't know if it'll be all right. I don't need to go.
Yeah.
But I pushed through that, and man, it was so good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Flipping loved it.
That is so cool. Excellent.
And coming out as well, I used the facilities and then started walking out. And as I was walking out, walking past the merchandise store, which was really, really tiny, the lead singer was there. And I thought,
Oh,
wicked. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
And I saw him talking to someone else, and I thought, no, not going to be a dick. I'm not going to barge in or anything like that. I'll just let that finish.
Yeah.
And then I shall approach.
Yes.
And that finished. And as that finished, someone else who he knew came along and he started talking to, and then disappeared. I was like, so close. But,
you know,
never mind.
But you did the right thing. You didn't Mel Smith it. You went in there. You were respectful.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have it on good authority. If you don't do the whole interrupting thing, you do gain karma points.
Yeah,
you can trade off later on.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm looking forward to collecting them at some point.
Yeah, for a set of glass tumblers at Esso.
Yeah, you collected 50 on that one little thing there. So only another 34,000 to go, and you might be within being able to smell the body sweat off of each band member as they come off stage.
Yeah.
Keep on rocking.
Yeah, it's well worth. It's well worth doing there, Elton. It's an investment.
Yeah.
I shall collect them, like the gratis points from the Bench and the Hedges boxes.
That's it.
Yeah.
From
like
years
little
and
cards.
years ago.
Yeah, that's it. That'll do you. And like I say, and if you're really lucky, you get enough to get a plastic Smurf.
Fucking hell! I just had a Ratatouille moment there when you talked about the little cards from like Benson and Hedges packet. And I honestly, I went back to my fucking childhood there just for a minute. And I could see my granddad handing me a fucking pile of these wrapped with a fucking wrapped in a fucking elastic band.
That's
So you
it.
can see where they're bowing in the middle there.
Yep.
It's like, oh, great.
These will be
Yeah.
worth something in the future, son.
Yeah.
Except my mum found some upstairs a few months back, and we went looking on eBay, and you can sell the whole fucking lot on eBay for about £1.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So, yeah. So don't collect anything, people. It's not worth it. It's not an investment. It's never an investment. Ah, cool. Well, Elton, anything else, sir?
No, that's it. That's finish on a
That's-
high note.
Finish on a high. Go out on a high. Right. Well, then, in which case, over to you then, Dow. How's your week been, mate?
It's been very, very quiet.
Yeah?
It's my work has just got a little bit crazy because we've got an AGM coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and I've caused a little bit of a complication. I didn't know it was coming up for the 5th of November,
Right.
and I booked time off, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
me and Ree's anniversaries is that week,
Mm.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
so I booked that time off, book a week off.
Right.
And then a couple of months ago, they announced it was the 5th of November. Now, I've been present for every single one of these,
Mm.
right? And people
Mhm.
started making concerned noises that I was actually not going to be there
Yes.
at all.
Yes.
And it's like, but Darren, you're always there and you always do this, that, and the other. And well, honestly, we don't begrudge you a holiday. No, we don't. We don't. We know you.
We
know
can't
you.
legally begrudge you a holiday.
We can't-
However,
yeah.
yeah.
Or as one of the users I spoke to, one of the sort of like the top line secretaries went, "How dare you go on holiday, Barnard?" So
I'm sorry, I
yeah.
can't hear you over House Magumby.
exactly. I'm sorry, the plane, the jet engines. I'm getting on a plane. I can't hear you.
Mm.
I'm going somewhere else. So I'm now busy trying to get everything prepared, making sure the other two guys know exactly what they're doing. I'm pretty sure they were at last year's AGM. In fact, I'm sure of it. They've been here for over a year, so yeah, they've been present for it.
Mhm.
But my original plan was to come in next week during one of my working from home days and set up the studio. And it looks like now
Mhm.
there is no working from home week that
Oh.
week.
Oh.
We've all got to be in
Hmm.
for it, especially me.
Can I ask you a question, though?
Yeah.
Are you secretly quite pleased that you're going away on that thing and they're going to notice you're gone? Are you secretly
I'm.
hoping
Do you know
that
what?
they'll fuck
When,
it up?
when I got the comments, it's like
Mm.
you know, there's been one or two that are slightly concerned that you're not going to be there.
Yep.
I must admit that did make me smile. It's like it's nice to be wanted, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice to have that thing of so my worth is a bit more than I thought.
Yeah. Did you get in the lift and go, fucking yes, it's all coming together nicely?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. My plans. Yes.
Yeah.
There we go. So, yeah, but work has just gone through the fucking roof. It really
Okay.
has. I've got laptops to set up for these people who are board members who are only going to use these things for one day. It's all they're going to use them for, and then we put them back into. There's these nice new Lenovo laptops.
Yep.
And I was told, just take it out of the box. Don't worry about it. Just go through the little procedures, and that's it. We don't need to do any vanilla builds on these things because there's very little bloatware.
Narrator. That was a lie.
Narrator. Exactly. Yeah. No. actually, there is. They're kind of right. They were kind of right. There was a couple of Lenovo handbooks on there of how to use the device and what have you.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it was quite light on the old bloatware front. So I thought, all right, fine, we'll get it done.
Yeah.
And anyway, as I was setting this one up, I'm setting up the president's, right? The president for our company is going to be present for this AGM, right?
Right.
So it's like, no pressure, Darren. Get the job done. Make sure these work.
Hmm.
I think, okay, yep, sure. I've done this before. This is not going to be an issue. Until it was. So I started
Yeah.
doing the build on this. I putting the instructions, got him sort of like all ready to go.
Yep.
And I've got his profile sort of like setting up. It's going through all the things that it does when you go through Intune to get these things built, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there watching it, and it's got 4 applications that it needs to download. That's what it's telling me. And the fucking thing fell over. Both of them fell over on their face on the 4th.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I'm not going to risk rebuilding these. I'm just going to reset them. Let's do the reset. Yeah, okay, we'll reset.
Yeah.
Now, as I did this on one of them, I got distracted by somebody trying to talk to me about something. Right?
Yeah.
So I've turned to them and I've spoken, and I've turned back to the computer, and it's like it's asking me a question of some sort. My brain hasn't registered what it is, but all I saw in my head was TPM as I pressed clear that, and it's like, oh shit, no, don't, fuck.
The module that
And it's
installs
basically-
Windows 11.
No. This is a security feature, right? And as long as you don't sort of like fucking wipe it, it doesn't keep bringing up the BitLocker, the screen where if you sort of like your BitLocker fails, you have to put in a recovery code.
Right.
And every 5 minutes after that, it kept asking me for that code, and it's a 32 character code, completely fucking random.
By hand. Step
By
step.
hand.
Nice.
By hand, yeah.
Mm.
So, oh man, I feel like it's just.
So what's
pay
the code,
attention.
Tyndale? What's the code?
I can't remember.
You mean
because
you
I
don't
thought-
know?
No, I thought it was over and done with. Right, by the time I finished it and reset it and everything, I thought, right, okay, that's fine. So this morning, I'm clearing its details so we can do a complete clean do over of it, and I switch it on, and it comes up with the encryption page again. Ask me for this code, but it's too late because I've already deleted all records of this fucking laptop from Intune. So I've got no 32 fucking bit code. So now I'm going to have to fucking rebuild it. I'm trying all these little things to get this thing reset without, like, try and reset this code. So it fucking puts it back to square one. But no, every time I try something, it goes, well, you've got to put in the BitLocker code to get it unlocked. You motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's.
So you're having a bit of a day.
I've had a bit of a couple of days actually. I think it's getting better now. It's all
Right.
sorted, but
Yep.
yeah. So no working from home for me next week, but they're still letting me take the
Your
holiday during the actual event.
What do you mean
Which I'm-
letting you take the holiday? You're entitled to a bloody holiday. It's in your contract. Fuck them.
It is, but it's like
You-
This is quite a big thing, but yeah, it's like
And-
they haven't made any noises about wanting to bring me in because Curtis, my boss, went they might say something, so be prepared. But
Well, if they do,
no.
then we talk turkey for interrupting my you've ruined my holiday and the flights and everything that I did done book.
Yes, that I did done book. Yes,
you
the
now
flights.
need- that you-
Those flights. Yes, that I have now
Yes.
booked right this very second.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes, those £300 seat flights per seat per person each way. So that's £600 a person. That's £1,200.
Those tickets I can't possibly show you.
Yes,
Yeah.
you bastards.
Yeah, but no, it's fine. It's fine. It'll all be sorted. I just have to make sure everybody's all trained up and ready to go because I don't want to come back to the building on fire or something like this.
No,
So,
you do. You want to come back to the building
what?
on fire. Because then you're
Right,
the only person who didn't make it on fire.
And then I just push one button.
the perfect
and it goes
alibi.
Back to normal.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
So what you
Shaggy.
do? He said leaving the house and throwing the cigarette match over his back.
Yeah.
Mm.
Woof. So there you go.
So there you go. Brilliant.
On the other news, well, the only other thing, again, more video games because I get loads of these things from Humble Bundle. This time, one of the one that was in the actual bundle was a game called V Rising. Anybody heard of it?
Nope.
No.
No, don't think
It's
so.
where you play a resurrected vampire. who has to reclaim his empire.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bit Diablo-ish,
Right.
but there's an awful lot of RPG elements in it, like building your skills up and whatever. And, you have to create things like your abode and whatever. And I've just created my first Dracula castle. It's great.
Have you set fire to the carpet like you did in that other
No, I
game?
haven't. No, I've not set fire to anything. although I did. The pausing on this game is quite. It's not complicated, but it's a little bit of rigmarole. Whereas you normally press like P on a keyboard to pause a game, because this thing talks online all the time to a server, and it's not like you can make it a multiplayer game or you can make it a single player. You have to go through 3 pages of the menu to get to the put server on pause to do that. I thought I'd done that, and I walked away to get something in the kitchen because I was asked to. And I came back and found my character frying quite happily on the floor as the sunlight hit it. So, yeah, there you go. Went up in a big fucking ball of flames. Me and fire, we're not a good thing. Yeah, I think it's going incredibly cheap on Steam at the minute. I think it's like about 5 or 6 quid. But talking of bargains, and for anybody that's interested, if we have any Mass Effect fans out there at the moment,
don't know anyone who likes that.
All right. Well, the legendary edition of Mass Effect, meaning all 3 games together, and the 14,000 bits of DLC you can get with it, is currently $3.99 on Steam.
Oh wow!
I broke. I kind
bought
of
that for 60 quid.
Yes,
Twice.
you did, didn't you? How do you feel there?
like I mowed 120 quid.
Yep. There you go. So for anybody that's looking to try Mass Effects, this is a good opportunity. It's a good little stepping on point to get it. Just go buy that $3.99 on Steam.
Then you don't feel quite so bad buying a game that's 15 years old.
No, because it's the enhanced version. Isn't it? It's all the one with all the bells
but
and
it's
whistles
still
on it.
the first game is still like 15 years old now.
It certainly is, but still a good one. I mean, come on, you go back to it every once in a while. Some games, yeah. There you go. See, right? That's about it, really, for me. I'm all done.
Okie dokie. Well then, my week. Yeah, I'll start with a video game. I played a video game called The Alters, which I don't know if you've heard. It's I'll cut it down because I don't think I'll make video games sound interesting. But basically, it's a survival game. You've ended up on a planet mining this material. The material allows time travel, but not in the way you think. And basically, you've got this big wheel of a base that you have to get up and running, and you have to keep it moving so that you don't stay still when the sun rises. Because if the sun rises, it's going to fry you. So you have to go outside, mine materials, keep the base repaired, keep the base moving, get rid of obstacles, that kind of thing, until you can find some way of being rescued. But there's only you. You're the only person. So you use this material, this time-traveling material, to basically go down your own historical timeline and create a clone based off of a certain point in your own timeline.
Yeah.
And that person will then appear and will be you, but if, say, for example, you stayed in university, so became a scientist, or, dropped out of school, found employment as a bouncer because he dropped out of school, so therefore he becomes like a sort of a grunt worker who will just go do the most lowly work in the game. But all the time you're trying to keep them happy, and you're trying to understand what changed in their life and what changed in your life, and also trying to keep them all alive and the base working. And it's nothing more than juggling cats while having an anxiety attack for every single second of the game. Yeah.
Wow.
Because you have no idea what these people are going to turn out like. Because you literally get a DNA strand with all different moments of your life along this DNA strand, and you can just go, let's make a clone based on this decision being different. And you have no idea what you're going to get. And it sort of says, oh, it's a scientist, or, oh, it's an engineer or a botanist or a whatever. And you can utilize them inside the ship. But obviously you might utilize the wrong people. And then they've got their own hang-ups and stuff because they had a life that you never lived. And you've got to do this kind of RPG style talking to them, and they've got their own emotional stability that you have to keep going, keep them happy, and it's just like, oh my god. I've played it for like 3 hours, and every single second of that I was just like constantly sitting there in a state of constant anxiety. Oh no, am I going to annoy this person? Oh no, the ship's not working properly. Oh no, something's broken down. Oh no, radiation's leaking through the roof. Oh no, I've fallen down a hole. Oh no, I haven't got someone who's got any experience for mining the materials. My ship can't be repaired. Oh no, this person who was once my favourite fucking researcher doesn't hate me. He hates me now because he found out that I was with my mum and he wasn't.
What's this called?
The Alters.
Yeah, Teresa's been playing it at the minute, and it's very stressful.
Yes,
all the other characters all do is just whinge and can't do anything.
No,
they don't do the told.
Yeah. Oh, and then on top of all of that, you've got like the fact that you've got health, and you've got only so much work you can do before you become tired. You've got radiation outside in the spacesuits. Your spacesuits needs repairing and upgrading. You need your equipment wears out. Your food runs out. You've got to find organic materials to produce new food. I mean, it literally is one of those games where you're just sitting there with a constant shopping list of things you have to do before your character collapses from exhaustion, while keeping however many people you've got alive and happy and helping you on this space station thing. And it's just... Oh, and then, of course, you've got environmental hazards as well, just to really keep your day going. So, yeah, the Alters. If you're good at people management and time management, it might be the game for you. If, like me, you're a human shambles, even just going near a diary, probably not. Okay. The next thing, I've seen 3 films this week.
Right.
Yeah, all right. Okay. So we'll start with one. That's always a good way to start, isn't it? We'll start with what one did we watch? He says going straight to his Letterboxd. Yeah. So I saw one called Eeny Meeny, which is on Disney Plus, and it stars Samara Weaving, who's become, who we've seen enough films of now, has become almost like a patron saint of the podcast. And she basically plays this girl who's had abusive parents, and as a young girl became a sort of getaway driver at the age of 15 for her dad's nefarious dealings. And we jump forward. And jump forward in time, and she's reformed. She's got a job at a bank. She's found out that she's pregnant, but she's also got this deadbeat ex-boyfriend who is an absolute human trash fire. He's everything. You look at him, you listen to him, you see the way he acts and talks, and you just think, you are a dick. Anyway, he gets himself in trouble with the local gangland boss, played by Andy Garcia. And because Samara Weaving feels sorry for her ex-boyfriend, and he may well be the father of the child, she is sort of drawn back in to be this sort of baby driver style getaway driver for this, to get the guy out of debt and save her baby daddy, so to speak. It has all the right elements in it, but it's boring as fuck, and it thinks it's really clever, and it's really, really not. I'm not gonna. It's not. Let's put it this way: there's no spoiler in this, even though it sounds like it's a spoiler. But there's this whole heist that has to take place, where basically there's 3 million quid in and a supercharged Dodge Viper or whatever it is sitting in a casino, and essentially her job is to get into that prize-winning Dodge Viper with the 3 million quid and basically escape out of the casino with it. So you get this whole sequence with lots of standing there looking at plans and standing there looking at things and lots of people and Jimmy's going to come in and he's going to be the guy, the watchman, and this person's going to be here and he's going to be doing this, and he's got all this back and forth, and then the actual heist is essentially that she drives it in a straight line out of a corridor. The end, and you're like, oh. I thought there'd be sumo wrestlers and maybe the Crown Jewels, Julia Roberts pretending to be Julia Roberts, but none of that.
Wrestler, stealing from the Louvre.
Sumo wrestlers stealing stuff from the Louvre. But there's none of that. She just drives in a straight line, drives out. That's it. Job's done, and that's only like a fraction of the movie. And you're like, all right then, and the boyfriend is such a colossal waste of human skin that you kind of keep screaming every time he opens it, so much as even twitches. You want all the evils of the world to befall him instantly, and you don't understand why Samara Weaving is even within 1,000 yards of this guy. And he's such a knob, and he got no chemistry between each other. She hates him. He's a complete pillock, and just everything about it just doesn't quite hold up. There are a few good car stunts, but and Andy Garcia turns up, earns his cash, goes and buys himself a conservatory. I mean, it's kind of okay. I mean, if it wasn't for Samara Weaving being Samara Weaving, there would be absolutely nothing in this film worth looking at. So there's that.
Right.
Watch the trailer. That's the better film. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah. The second film, which is another heist movie, is called Caught Stealing, which is Austin Butler, who was in is in Dune and was in the Elvis movie. Yeah. And that's Darren Aronofsky, the geezer who did Pi and The Wrestler and Requiem for a Dream. Okay. And also, and it's also got Matt Smith in it and Zoe Kravitz. And essentially, Matt Smith plays a mohawked Cockney geezer.
I've seen the trailer for this. It's looked really good.
And he basically drops off. He's a next door neighbor to Austin Butler, and he drops off his cat to Austin Butler and says, "Look after my cat. My dad's had a stroke. I've got to go back to England. You look after my fucking cat." He goes off, and then all of a sudden, these Russian mobsters turn up and beat the fuck out of Austin Butler. So much so he loses a kidney. Right?
Oh, crikey. Right, okay.
Bloody hell.
Yeah,
That's
bloody
a
hell.
good kicking.
That's a proper good kicking. And so it then becomes a thing, it becomes like this kind of weird, why did they come to him? And why are they threatening him? And then this DEA drugs cop turns up and she wants to know what's going on. And she wants to know all the details, but there's something off about her. And then she then tells, and this is where it gets really surreal. She tells Austin Butler, "Watch out for the monsters." And he's like, "What do you mean the monsters? These Russians have just kicked me and killed me, basically damn near killed me." She's like, No. Those guys look like pussycats compared to these guys. And it's two Hasidic Jews who are hitman assassins who are absolutely unstoppable. One played by Vincent D'Onofrio and the other one played by Liv Schreiber. And so...
Blimey. Right,
and
okay.
You're like, what on earth am I watching here? And in the meantime, this guy's still got to figure out who's after what Matt Smith's been involved with at all, and on top of that, got to look after a cat. It's mad, and it has a lot of violence in it. I mean, and when I say a lot of violence, I mean just everything. You pick a thing that's got to be violent, and it's violent. Everything from baseball bats through feet to yes, really, to Griffin Dunn from bloody American Werewolf in London, basically shooting people through letterboxes with shotguns. Yeah, it's a mad old film. It's a mad old film.
Yeah, sounds it.
It's never dull. I'll give you that. It's a film. It's definitely a film, and it'll also very much make you want to adhere to the road safety rules. That's all I'm saying. I say no more than that. But just remember, put your seatbelts on when you get in a car. That's all I'm saying. So there's that. And then the last film I've just watched, complete contrast, absolute 100% 180, The Materialists, which is on the surface of it, is a rom-com. Right. Starring Dakota Johnson, Pedro Pascal, and Chris Evans. And stop me if you hear this one before. She's a hard-nosed, she's a matchmaker in New York. So basically, she finds rich, eligible bachelors and rich, eligible females, and then basically she matches them up and treats love like a transaction. So it's like, you match these boxes because you earn this much a month. You are this height, that length, this face, that age, and she puts them all together. And basically, at one of these events, at the wedding of one of her successful clients, she meets Pedro Pascal, who is super rich, super suave, super everything. However, she has a ex-boyfriend played by Chris Evans, who is a down-at-heel, skint, struggling actor. So, from that information, what can you glean from the plot? Where do you think it'll end up? Let's put it this way. She meets Pedro Pascal, and she's going to fall for him because he's rich and successful and famous and suave.
Let me guess. He's going to be really nice all the way through the film, and in 5 minutes towards the end, he's going to kick a kitten and go, "Ha ha! This was me all along." And she's like, "Oh, I don't love you anymore because you're not the man I thought you were. I'm going to go back to my rather poor boyfriend over here, and go with him because I value his love more than your lots of money." Do
you know, with the exception of the kitten kicking, you were absolutely bang on.
Right.
Bang on the money.
It's almost like a fucking Hallmark film. This is it. You know, powerful stockbroker has to go home to the yokels in the outer village somewhere, and she's like engaged to a guy who's a big city banker who's got lots of money. But then she comes home and meets the guy that she would have loved to have got with, or the ex-boyfriend who runs a Christmas tree farm that's gonna face closure if they don't have a cake sale. And so she used to love cooking. So what she does is she makes lots of cakes, and not only is she cooking up cakes, she's cooking up love. And then they fall for one another. The boyfriend turns up, proves to be a complete douchebag. The ex-boyfriend who runs the Christmas tree farm punches him in the face. She goes on with him, and they have lots of babies and get a dog.
Did you write this film?
I don't need to see it now, do I?
There is a Hallmark movie plot generator, right? That you can predict. You put in certain things into it, and it will tell you how the film is going to go. I'm going to have to dig it up, but yeah, you can put in any. It asks you, okay, so what's this? Who's the main protagonist? You know, where does she? Where do they come into it? What do they do? And why are they there? And you put these different things in, and it goes, right, this is how the plot of the film's going to go. And it gives you the actual title of the film you're watching. That's it. Sorry, it knows what film you're watching by the actual bits you put in. That's it. It can actually tell you the name of the film, and it tells you how it goes from there.
Well, yeah.
Those
Well,
are
anyway.
Hallmark Channel Christmas movies. That's
Nice.
it.
Well, there you go. That's the Materialist, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a Hallmark film in disguise.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more cynical than that. There's a plot in the middle that takes a right turn that you weren't expecting, that kind of throws a little bit of reality on things. But yeah, it was okay.
Does she
It
have a
is what it
sassy
is.
friend that keeps calling her girlfriend every 2 seconds?
No,
Nothing like that?
No, nothing like that. No.
Oh,
It's a little
okay.
bit more. It's a little bit more straight laced than that. So I will give it props for that. But you have pretty much hit the nail on the head with the plot. So-
I've watched it. I've never heard of this film, and yet there
Yeah,
you go.
you knew it. Yeah, the first time you guessed it, you pretty much nailed it. So there you go. The only other thing that's happened this week was, and this is going to sound random, but I had to upgrade the internet at my mum's house. Nothing unusual there, you might say, but the thing was, she doesn't use her landline anymore. She uses her mobile phone more than anything, and she keeps it with her, and that's good because it's safety, that sort of thing. So we cancelled the landline. Anyway, so that's fine. So we're like, and it suddenly turns into one of those, I wonder who's going to be the last person to call on that landline. It turned out, phone call, hello. We are contacting you from the taxis office. You has had a number of security checks against you that may be not in your credit card. You must press 1 to have your credit card renewed, checked, and we will get back to you. Press 1 now if you have had transactions that you think may not be yours. So we both laughed. And I said, well, fuck it. I'm going to do this. And I pressed 1. Went through. Clearly a call center in India, right?
Yep.
Noisy as fuck. And this lady went, hello, I am a security systems from taxis office. And you're like, right. And I went, she goes, have you had a call or a transaction that may not be correct? Because I think you have been scammed. And I went, I know I've been scammed. I'm calling you because you are the scammer. I know this, and I would like you to take the number off the list. Doesn't matter, just pissing them about.
Yeah.
She goes, if you know I'm a scammer, then why don't we just save each other some time and you just give me my money?
Is that what she said?
Yeah. And then hung up. And then hung up.
Brazen.
Oh, Lee, how dare you? How dare you just call her out like that? What?
Save me some time. Save me some time and give me my money.
Do you happen to have that number?
No.
Yeah.
I wish I did.
You know what? There's a guy that does, that does the same sort of thing to scammers, right? But he does a really good old lady voice, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he just fucks with them, right? And
Oh, yeah.
you can hear him literally tearing out what little hair they've got.
Yeah.
But what he's doing is, while he's doing this, he's hacking into their systems, and you can see him watching them all on like CCTV.
Yes.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen that, yeah.
Yeah, he starts mentioning stuff about the clothes they're wearing and stuff like this, and what's
Nice.
going on in the back. You see them all sort of like suddenly stop,
Yeah.
and they're just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I had to laugh. I had to admire the lady's exasperated sigh followed by a plaintive demand just to give money and save everyone a bit of time.
If you know I'm a scammer, yeah, why are you fucking about then? Why are you fucking about? Just give me your money.
Yeah, just give me your money. So it's a shame I didn't take the number. I just literally just laughed and as she hung up in a huff. And then the phone was disconnected, so she couldn't call back. So that was the end of that.
Yep. Laters.
Laters. Peace out. So that's that. Yeah. So I think it's now time for a bit of quick feedback.
It's feedback time.
Yes, so last week we had the The Perfection, a strange movie, which was both good and bad, I think, in equal measures. Had interesting stuff going on. We did have a bit of a conversation about the finale, with what was going on with the guy and his arms and his legs and what they were doing to him. I'm trying not to spoil it. And Jeffrey Mark Hyman pipes in on the Facebook group and says, he comes up with a quote. He goes, "Wrong. Your ears you keep, and I'll tell you why, so that every shriek of every child seeing your hideousness will be yours to cherish. Every babe that weeps at your approach, every woman who cries out, 'Dear God, what is that thing?' will echo in your perfect ears. And that is what 'to the pain' means. It means that I'll leave you in anguish, wallowing in freakish misery forever." Which is The Princess Bride. And I do feel like sort of doing the Chris Saracen one and going, "You're bluffing." But anyway, so that's that. Then we got an email to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com, and that was from Pete Collins, who said, "Hello, Black Dog. I just wanted to leave some short feedback on The Perfection. During the first part, I was sucked in because it presented so many possibilities. Is it going to be zombies, diseases, vampires? I don't know, but I want to see. But as soon as it came to the bus journey, I started to feel like something was off as I clocked certain details that pointed out to the initial twist. As soon as it did the first rewind, I kept expecting the next one. After that point, I'm not just taking anything at face value because I'm sure it's going to do the same thing again and again. The second half was less interesting. Seeing Tweedledee and Tweedledum in the beginning, there was no way they weren't creepy perverts, so it wasn't surprising to find out that they were. I kind of wish they'd gone for a surprise supernatural twist at the end. Lastly, I will say I didn't clock that they were torturing the guy at the end with their music. I had the feeling that combined that they were actually playing perfectly, but retrospectively, that's a goofy ending to have. Overall, it was all right, but didn't really pay off. Thanks for the nudie ladies, gentlemen. Pete Collins." Thank you very much for that, Pete. And Elton, you watched this, didn't you?
I did, yes.
What did you think? Okay.
It's really hard for me to. If anyone hasn't seen it yet, please go and see it. Give me like 3 minutes grace of just talking about it.
Yeah.
I think I'm following most of you guys when I say it was going along at a pretty good pace. I kind of lost interest as soon as it did the first rewind.
Yeah.
Which, as soon as a film does that, I'm like, it's a cheat. That's such a cheat. Because you haven't shown the stuff that you're now going to show. And if you'd shown it first, then you wouldn't have a film.
Yeah.
So half the film is saying, look what we didn't show you.
Yeah.
So, and, well, I felt it was really rushed. Normally films are made up of thirds. So you have the first act, second act, third act.
Yeah.
First act was about half the movie. The second act was almost the rest of the movie. And then the third act was like the last 5 minutes at the very end.
Yeah.
Which was the punchline. I just found it a bit frustrating, I'm afraid.
Okay. That's cool.
A bit rushed and a bit frustrating.
Cool. Okay, that's cool. I just noticed on the banner for the Facebook group for The Perfection, there was actually another piece of feedback from Dean Holt, who said, "Gave it a watch this afternoon, thought it was okay. Can't see me watching it again though, as I think I didn't think there was enough material to fill the 90 minutes. So I think it would have been better as a short story or part of an anthology." Whereas Brad Hammond says, "This film is insane. Enough said." So there you go. Yeah. Okay, well, there you go. If anybody else would like to leave any feedback for that movie or previous movies or even this episode, by all means do so. You know the routes. Go into the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/the Black Dog Podcast. Or you can go hit me up on Blue Sky, which is Cartoon Beardy at bsky.social. And you can also send in an email like Pete did, which is to feedback@blackdogpodcast.com. Right, there you go. We're going to take a break now, roll the jingle, and then when we come back, we will be doing the Funky Gibbon as we review Monkey Shines.
Oh, the nudie ladies.
Oh, the nudie
Dance the nudie
ladies.
ladies. Dance.
Dancey, dancey, nudie ladies.
Once
Oh,
was a
the
nigga on a
nudie ladies sing
mountaintop.
this song, doodah.
Oh,
Is that
God.
monkey wearing a nappy?
Another quote for the end tune there, Jim. I only wanted a fucking kebab. Anyway, right, okay. Monkey Shines, also known as Monkey Shines: An Experiment in Fear, is a 1988 American science fiction psychological horror film written and directed by George A. Romero, who you may know from pretty much every zombie movie that meant anything up until sort of like the early 90s. It stars Jason Baig, Kate McNeil, John Pankow, Joyce Van Patten, and it follows a young athlete who's become paralyzed, a quadriplegic, and develops a bond with an intelligent service monkey called Ella, who becomes homicidal after she is injected with an experimental serum of human brain tissue. It's based on the 1983 British novel of the same title by Michael Stewart. The movie was released on July 29th, 1988, and had a budget of $7 million. How much did it make at the box office, Darren?
It made 15 clinical arseholes. It made 12 clinical rats, 45 clinical snakes in the grass, but just one clinical cunt.
Hey! Okay, that's it. That's it. Game's over. Everyone go home. How much do you reckon it made, Jim?
3 million asses hairier than Martha's.
Nice. Nice. Cool. Elton.
One coat hanger and 74,000 treats.
Nice. Well, actually, you're all wrong. What it actually earned was a man doing a pirouette off a tiny trampoline with a bag full of pretend bricks.
Oh, I was so hoping they'd do a montage of him just going over him, like just overlapping, just repeating that scene from different angles.
With da 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 da. Anyway, right.
Like
Okay.
that thing of the bloke climbing over that fence.
Oh, what? From Taken?
Yeah, taken.
65 cuts to get a fucking Liam Neeson over a fence that's only 3 foot high.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Let's go around the table then. Non-spoiler section. What did everyone think of Monkey Shines? And I'll go last because it's my pick. So we'll start with you, Jim.
You're not doing who's not seen it first?
Oh God, yes. Actually, thank you for laying out my own format to me, Jim.
I'll go first then, shall
So,
I?
Elton, then Darren, then Jim. There you go.
Okay.
Elton, what do you think?
I enjoyed this weirdly. I
Yeah.
think I enjoyed it more the more it went on, the more weird it went
Right.
as well. It was good to see the Stephen Hawking origin story brought to life.
Yeah.
But no, it was weird.
Mm.
Fucking weird, man. But
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to talking about this.
Okay, cool. Darren, you said you remembered seeing it, but you're not entirely sure if you remembered seeing it, so you're halfway.
I'm pretty sure I saw it with you when this
Yes.
came out. I'm pretty sure we both saw this. me and
Yeah,
you.
I'm pretty sure we did, but you weren't sure last week. So given that Jin's just reminded me of my own entire format, I think it's probably only fair that you go next.
Well, I think back then we both had a higher threshold for Hallmark horror films, because this is kind of what this was. Just the
It's
quality.
interesting. Amazon had it listed as a drama.
Did they?
Yeah.
Netflix has got it down as a sex comedy. What? Oh, that was the sequel, Monkey Shines 2. This one is a male. It's a male monkey. It's oh no.
It's Mr. Sheen. He polishes your knob. Anyway.
Can we think of anything else he could polish, children? Oh well.
Help us out, monkey.
Yeah.
On the one hand,
My
it's really
hands are
big.
full. Yeah.
On the one hand, it's really big. On the monkey's hand, it's even bigger.
No, honest monkey, give it a rub, a genie comes out.
You'll get a treat.
You certainly will. This was a bit of a roller coaster for me because it was ridiculous in places, good in others, and just it was just the how can I say? There were times when I felt, shall we say, sorry.
Yeah.
For sorry for the monkey.
Free fart mojo.
No, it's just. Oh well, I'll talk more in detail about it when we talk the spoilers. But
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a bit up in the air in this one.
Much like the guy on the trampoline jumping up in the air with a throwing foam bricks everywhere.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Jim, what about you?
As I had not seen this for a long time, probably back in the days of video.
Yeah.
And so it was quite interesting watching with Teresa, who hadn't seen it at all.
I'll bet.
But I had quite a lot of fun with this. It's a strange film. But I stand by my remarks last week that Boo the Monkey should have got the Oscar that year. Michael Douglas in Wall Street, bollocks. Best actor in a leading role, bollocks. Boo the Monkey every time. Best actress, that'd be Sherry Moonstruck, bollocks. Boo the Monkey.
That's it.
I mean, at that stage, she had that much plastic surgery she could barely fucking move an eyebrow. Never mind give a performance. Jesus. Travesty, I tell you. This is why I don't watch the Oscars.
Okay. So she had a bit of fun with this one then.
Well, I remember when I saw it back in the day and wasn't very sort of impressed with it because I seem to remember this was one of the films he made for a studio, and it was always kind of he didn't make many films for studio because they always pissed him about from what he wanted to do to what they'd let him do.
Yeah, and
I do seem to remember reading at the time that he had plans for it to go really fucking berserk by the end. Go quite hardcore, which they wouldn't let him do. Proper Murders in the Rue Morgue. A literary reference there for you, which it does set up with the monkey and the razor blade, but you don't get to.
No.
But it's still, I did some of the lines in it, which are absolute pure gold.
Yeah.
It is like a Hallmark horror movie does describe it quite well.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. For me, I mean, the reason I picked this was funny enough. On BBC iPlayer, this is a case of what you could have won. On iPlayer was Misery, and I was thinking about Misery, and I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to pick Misery. That's definitely going to be the film to pick. And then it disappeared off of iPlayer. And as it disappeared, I'm thinking, shit. What was the other film with someone sort of trapped and it was being really tense on the wheelchair and all that sort of stuff? And then I remembered Monkey Shines, looked it up and found it on Amazon Prime, literally the morning of the podcast we recorded last week. Mm-hmm. So in the back of my mind, I'm still in 1988, having bought this ex-rental out of Ritzy's Video in Bellingham, and sitting down and not expecting anything of it, and watching it and being really kind of, oh, this is different, this is cool. And so with the lack of Misery around, I thought this is going to be a great replacement. Part of it is very strange, and this is definitely a rose-tinted specs for me. This is definitely one of those movies where I had it paced differently in my head to what came out. So I was definitely expecting more than I got. And what I got was, as you say, Dal, a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
A moment of sit on my face and tell me that you love me. and then
pretty sure
Psycho
there's a
Monkey
nip play at one point as well.
A what?
A nip play. In the face. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yes. and then after that it's Psycho Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Ooh ah ah ooh ah ah ooh ah ooh. It's a strange old film. It's a lot stranger than I remember. I'm not sure I liked it, but I'm not sure I hated it. I just was kind of sat there agog thinking, what was it that I saw in this film again? What was going on here? So it reminded me a lot of those sort of early attempts to make a Stephen King movie. You know, the sort of Dark Half, the Tommyknockers, all those kind of, like, they tried to recreate it over and over again, try to do that Stephen King thing, and it kind of works and then it kind of doesn't, and there's bits of it that I like and bits of it I don't. And there's bits of it I just plain out didn't remember because 1988, I was a very different kid back then, and hanging off of harnesses for a bit of was different.
Yodeling in the canyon.
Yodeling in the canyon. Yeah. Yeah. But what is the safety word for that? I mean, you can't say it. You can't move.
We've got a fuzz box, and we're going to use it.
Anyway,
he can't tap out.
No, he can't. Maybe just kind of.
And the safety word is banana.
Yeah. Anyway, overall, I think I liked it, but it was a strange experience to go to see a film that I thought I remembered and see it as a completely different film, which I kind of don't like as much as I thought I would. But it's strange. But yeah, let's get on to it in the spoiler zone. Right. I guess that's it. We've heard everything. If you don't want a film from like nearly 35, nearly 40 years ago spoiled, then by all means log off now and go and watch Monkey Shines on Amazon Prime, or better yet, go and watch Misery on BBC iPlayer if it comes back. Otherwise, here comes the spoiler zone.
There will now be a short intermission.
Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley. Shut up, Wesley.
Course you don't get bloody wafers with it.
Shut up, Wesley.
Right, so here we are on the other side of the spoiler zone. I promise I'll do a jingle or something. I will at some point. Honest gov. So, okay. Where do I start with this? I mean, really, where do I start with this? I mean, firstly, what on fucking earth was going on with the telepathy? But no, no, hang on. Stop. I'm trying to think of a thing to start this conversation with. Okay, let's just fuck it. My brain's.
I've got something you can start with.
Go.
Okay, so just in case you start watching this on a crowded train with people standing over you while you're in a seat, the first couple of seconds is some bloke running his hand over a woman's arse. So
and then doing naked sort of split crunches.
Indeed. So just a warning.
Equal opportunity nudity, as I called it at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started playing it on the train.
Coming for the ladies. There we go. Equality in action. Job done.
Yeah.
That's your nudity for the film. I've done the scenes for that in. Done.
Yep.
Yeah. Opportunity knobs. Right. Go on, Dal. You were watching it on the train?
Yes, I started on a train.
You never learned,
I got a minute and a half into it and had to switch it straight off again. It's like, oh, fucking hell. So that was it.
Okay.
Made a little hand tent over the screen as well. It's like,
oh,
no, this is not gonna. I just look like I'm trying to hide porn now, did I? That's it.
Hide an embarrassing erection.
Yep.
Right.
So I think we'll just give this up and play solitaire. There we go.
Fine. Okay. Well, let's go through the plot then. Let's go through it step by step.
The
first
what? The
plot?
No, sorry, no, I don't understand what you're talking about. Sorry,
okay.
No.
First off, it starts with this guy called Alan Mann, and let's be honest,
Alan Mann.
Yeah,
Is that his last name?
Yeah,
A Man.
Yeah, his name was A Man.
Fucking hell.
What was the whole thing with running with bricks in his bag and running with?
Oh, that's called rooking. That is a thing.
Yeah,
is it?
It's a stamina thing.
Yeah. No, it's how you make your body work harder by adding extra weight.
Oh, I do that without bricks.
I mean, in the 80s, it was popular because the SAS did it. They used to famously run with bricks in their Birkins to build up stamina.
Gotcha.
And in the 80s, in the running community, there's this whole thing of they were doing it as well, and often adding these weights on their arms and legs. So you have to work your muscles harder. So you get more out of the same amount of exercise. And now it's come back again and called rooking, but for extra tough walking. Put a couple of bricks in your rucksack and go for a stroll. It's like, fuck's sake.
Extra tough walking.
I know, it's nonsense.
But
I mean, I'm sure it does work and build stamina, but it is kind of like, I mean, do we have to make walking hard?
Yeah.
Really? do we need to do that? Like running's hard enough as it is without bricks in your rucksack.
Yeah.
But no, that was a thing. I'm familiar with that. But
oh, right. Okay, because I was going to say, because
surely it was the SAS, all those SAS training manuals in the late 80s that kicked that bollocks off.
SAS training manuals, because the Secret Air Service would be the thing that published a public training manual. Yes.
Yeah, there was a big like square book, like the size of a telephone directory, the SAS survival guide that told you everything, to sew up your arm like Rambo, how to catch fish with a drawing pin, and all, you know what I mean? How to start a fire with your own earwax and 2 tweezers and this kind of shit. There was conspicuously nothing about swinging into embassies and machine gunning terrorists. Or
No.
Anything people actually really wanted to know.
Yeah, exactly. Did we feel anything for this guy? I mean, the thing that struck me this time watching it, and probably this is where to start off with, is that in the original, when I first watched it as a young man, my thoughts were, oh, poor guy, he's trapped in a wheelchair, terrible thing, blah, blah, blah. And it was kind of like, it was almost like a nightmare scenario in the back of my head. What would that be like, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm watching it, and with the progression of technology and the way things have moved on, that doesn't seem quite such, well, it is a big deal, but it doesn't seem like the nightmare that it would have been back in the 80s. So So I'm now focusing on the guy. How did we feel about Alan as a person? Because
Alan.
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 What?
Alan.
What?
Alan.
What?
Alan.
What? Because to me, he's a bit of a blank slate of nothing until Ella turns up and actually starts controlling him and giving him emotions.
Do you know what? I think without our Alan there, without the person
Alan.
who played Alan, being Alan, I think it wouldn't have completed nicely the sort of Salt Bay sprinkling of Hallmark all over this movie. Because just, I don't know. I think he only had one sort of mode, and when he tried to get out of it and tried to do some sort of emotional range, like pulling faces when he was upset, and then I figured out, oh, wait a minute, he's trying to cry. Oh, right, yeah, of course. Because it's always more effective when there's no tears, because everybody believes you when that, you do that. You just kind of look like you're crying, but no tears come out of your eyes. Yeah. Or it looks like you're trying to stifle a fart because you're hiding from a group of soldiers under some floorboards, and it's like, if I let this fart out, I'm dead. And that's kind of how he looked when he was doing those really upset bits.
Yeah. I mean, but did he? Was he a character or was he just a blank slate? Because he didn't really do an awful lot to me, and I kind of my empathy for him bizarrely dropped off the instant he worked out that his girlfriend was going to leave him because he was a quadriplegic, and just kind of did this kind of, she's leaving me, to his mate.
Yeah, didn't seem too upset, did he?
Didn't really, did he?
No, not at all.
What about you guys, Elton, Jim?
I think when she left, it was, I don't know, times have moved on. And I'm guessing the movie was going for, well, of course she's going to leave him. He's in the wheelchair now. He's a completely different person. Why wouldn't she leave him? And I think it was going for that. And so him just going, oh, well, is their version of, okay, well, clearly that was always going to happen. We all know this.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Jim?
Sorry. Yeah,
no, go on. Go on, sorry.
He is a bit of a blank slate, but yeah, I think the monkey helps that. And I think if he was a big full-blown character, then showing the transition when the monkey turns up would be difficult to show.
Oh, right, okay. Jim?
Well, I think kind of he is meant to be a bit blank because you're sort of meant to think, what if this happened to me? And, you're the... But also, I mean, knowing a bit about the making of this movie was recut by the studio. And they insisted on a happy ending. And so knowing kind of Romero's other sort of non-zombie work, which does tend to be quite introspective. I mean, the Season of the Witch, which is basically about a housewife having a very sort of slow, protracted breakdown and getting into the occult. Yeah. And Martin, a boy who believes he is a vampire, and his family believe he's a vampire because they're fucking all crazy. They're quite sort of introspective sort of movies. And I know kind of this, Romero was hired to do this. It wasn't the project he devised himself. It was the studio had the script with an option on this particular novel. And an executive said, let's get George to do it. George has got a dark sense of humor. He'll work for this. And Romero was interested. But apparently his movie was way longer and there's a ton of it just missing. And I'm guessing an awful lot they'll have cut out is bits with Alan being a character.
Yeah.
Basically. And because this was re-edited without Romero's consent. I mean, they made him do a happy ending. Then they re-edited the movie as well. Yeah. And I think it's been rejigged to hit, for want of a better term, Hallmark-style beats. which is
Yes.
why Alan is kind of like those sort of paper thin,
Yeah.
not paper thin, but you know what I mean? They're sort of very blank hallmark characters. They're there for you to identify with and project yourself into.
Yeah. Well, speaking of projecting yourself and empathizing with, did Darren? I can't remember which one of you three brought it up just a minute ago, but it was like the fact that you kind of feel sorry for the monkey.
Oh, yeah, it's me.
It was you, wasn't it? Yeah.
I felt really bad for the monkey in places.
Yeah. I was going to say, were you supposed to feel sorry for the monkey? Was she supposed to be the Frankenstein's creature? You know,
Well, I think so, because she actually does genuinely love him. But also she's getting hopped up on this stuff, which is driving her crazy.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's kind of, it's making her smarter, but it's also making her more aggressive. Because basically it's like hormonal changes. So you've got fucking teenage rage coming out of pores, you know what I mean? And everything. And it's, you know, so I mean, I think, you know, she is meant, it is like, you know, not meant to be the villain. She's that kind of like Frankenstein's creature, the sympathetic monster. She didn't ask to be made like this.
No.
And she's been as fucked over as much as Alan was.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Cool. I mean, how did you feel about it, Elton? Because you seem to like this film more than say me and Darren, because this is your first go. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, as I was watching it, I didn't feel any empathy for Ella. But thinking about it, yeah, I think I should have, and maybe next time round I will have. I don't know. I think it's not that I was feeling empathy for the monkey. I think it was more, I was feeling more hatred for the humans.
Yeah.
Instead,
Yeah.
and so that kind of balanced it out instead. Because, you know, Alan, even once the monkey had gone, he was a bit of a fucking dick, wasn't he? Especially to his nurse as well. I know you've had a bit of a run in this week, this year, you know, ending up in a wheelchair and shit. But talking to your nurse like she's a piece of shit just ain't on. And then all of a sudden, you know, as soon as either his mum or the nurse leave the room, he's like screaming and crying for them. You know, maybe you don't talk shit to them. Maybe don't be an arsehole like that. We understand you're having problems and adapting, and that's all understandable. But don't be a dick about it. Especially when you're getting a bit of tail as well, you know.
Hey. Well, yeah, we'll get to that bit, because that I'm going to say this now, because I will bring that bit up. That seemed to come straight out of a completely different film. I'll be honest. I'll be perfectly honest. But we'll get to that in another point. But yeah, the humans in this are pretty much, with maybe the notable exception of the mother and the monkey trainer. The rest of every single one of them is a dick, aren't they? Really,
I'd say the mum was a bit of a dick as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And the nurse was
evil
the
golden
nurse was
girl.
a bit of a dick and all.
Oh, the nurse, the nurse.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
George Romero's wife, by the way.
Woo, the nurse.
Yeah.
Okay, go George. I did not know that. Cool. I mean, I think part of my problem is trying to talk about this film is that for a lot of the runtime, it seems to be taking its time just building up to the finale, which sounds really odd because all films do that, but more in the case of it just seems to be, I don't know, it just seems to be kind of treading water. Did anyone else feel that, or because one of the things I was kind of sitting there all the way through thinking, when's the monkey gonna get mad? And for the most part, the monkey is sympathetic, I think, and the humans are all just being dicks to each other. And I kind of was a bit all at sea because I was kind of wondering when the film was going to kick into gear, and yet it was doing some interesting stuff. But I was just sitting there, kind of, come on, come on, just get going, get going.
Yeah, I think it depends. Kind of, if you're watching it, kind of expecting a horror movie, very much like I did when I first see it, it will under-deliver.
Yeah.
When I watched it this time, knowing what I was going into, and just said, "All right, well, I've not seen this before. I'll let clean slate. Let's just put, put all my meta knowledge about the production behind me, and just watch this play out." And also watching with Trish, who hadn't seen it, and she's like, "Where the hell is this film going?" But she said, it is really interesting because it is kind of the whole thing about, there's lots of subtext here about, say, how we use animals. Yes. And also how we treat disabled people.
Yes.
And the complexities of relationships. And, there's lots of stuff going on in there. And if you see it more as this kind of like sci-fi tinged drama, it plays perfectly well. And there's plenty of stuff.
Yeah.
It moves along at a decent pace. You know what I mean? It doesn't dwell on anything too far. It keeps going with it, and it has its own momentum.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's odd, but it has its it has a beat. It might be beat to a different drum, but it has it,
Yeah. That's actually very true. I think if you watch it as a sci-fi movie, it becomes a different kettle of fish. It's sort of,
you see it more like a Michael Crichton sort of scenario, rather than say like a monster movie scenario. It makes a lot more sense, I think. I know this. And that's something I did sort of flash on watching it this time. It did remind me of kind of because Michael Crichton, he wrote under the name of Robin Cook and did these sort of semi-sci-fi, sort of medical thrillers like Coma, and Terminal Man, is it, and stuff like that. And it's kind of, there's sort of slightly sci-fi and a bit twisted. Yeah. And it reminded me of those watching it this time.
There was also the one set in an English class, Comma.
Go on.
Comma.
Jesus fucking Christ. All right, I tell you what, rather than me asking questions, let's just go round the table with this, because I'm struggling really to sort of nail down what I'm trying to think, what I'm trying to say about this movie. So, Dow, you said it was bits and bobs, and bits you liked, bits you didn't. Go for it. Go into it.
Some of the fight scenes seemed a bit drawn out. Getting in the end is like, I was looking at the time on this, and it's like the bit where it gets to the end, where they're fun. It's like, I think it's nearly half an hour.
Oh yeah.
So what the fuck are you going to do in that half an hour that takes half an hour? I thought this was it. I thought this was the thing, with the fighting and the stuff.
Yeah.
So some of that was a bit off. I don't know. Maybe I've obviously forgotten what acting was like in those days,
right?
How people kind of act in films. It's like you can see in different periods of time, acting is different as it goes through the ages, right? Okay, the methods of being an actor are completely are different, and you can see there's a different effect. Like, you had a look at the 50s and everybody talking like this. Yes. Oh, it's all terribly, terribly, horribly, wonderfully dubious. And it's progressed on from being that kind of thing, where everybody's got a cut glass accent.
Yeah.
Yes, I spoke to a posh person the other day, and he said blah blah blah, and I believed him. Thank you very much, Eddie Izzard. So it's just, maybe I'm too used to today's form of delivery, because this really was Hallmark. Some of the delivery and some of the dress, the actual dress code as well was very Hallmark.
Dude, come on. It's the 1980s. you
I know, but-
you can't pick it out.
Everyone
for
dressed like we were in your K's catalogue, whether you
Very
liked
true,
it or
very
not.
true.
that. Yeah.
Yes, very true.
Don't forget that both you and I went Mr. Primer. Well, Mr. Was it?
Oh
Mr.
God, Mr.
Byright?
Byrights. Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking right. New suit from there once a month. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, it cost almost £5. Yeah.
Indeed, it did. It did. So coming off of the quite sort of like some of the tragic stuff that kind of plagues this film. What I will say, and seeing as we are in the spoiler zone, I can, I'm going to say this anyway.
Go for it.
The bit where I felt the most sorry for the monkey, I've really felt quite upset watching it. And it's like I know this is going to have to happen because he's got to stop the monkey somehow.
Yeah.
It's when he uses its affection as a weapon against it.
Yeah.
And it's the thing of biting into its neck as it thinks it's coming in for a cuddle.
Yeah.
It's like having like a fluffy animal is like a bit of a problem. It's got come closer, Dobby, or whatever the fuck your name is, you fluffy creature thing. Come here. I'm going to give you a cuddle. But I'm going to stove your fucking head in. It's that kind of thing. I felt, it's. How can I describe it? It's like watching The Office and thinking David Brent is a bit of a knob, right, all the way through it. But then it comes to like the final episode of a season, and he says the line, "Please don't take my job away from me," and it kind of everything changes. That it
recontextualizes everything.
Yeah. You feel sorry for him. That's it. You automatically feel bad for feeling like he's a bit of a knob end because there is a real human inside that, and that's the way it's like that with me with this bit. Because the monkey is a bit of a shit in places as well, right? Okay, let's just
bit of a shit.
Yeah, bit of a shit, right? Okay.
Wow, that's the biggest of understatements I've heard since Darth Vader. He's not all that.
We are English, we are the masters of understatement. Yes, of course.
Hitler, he was a bit of a one, wasn't he?
Yeah. He wasn't a bad painter though. Yes. Did my hallway once. Yeah.
Yes, World War II. We had a slight conflict.
We had a disagreement, one might say.
Indeed. Yeah. People were very miffed. Very miffed.
Fucking hell. Go on.
It's just, it all changes for me watching that bit. I just felt sorry for it, and the way it just kind of lands in a crumpled heap when he throws it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the feeling the actor was enjoying that a bit too much as well by the fact it took 6 hours to, of him moving his head backwards and forwards. It's like, all right, I think we get it. You can stop.
Shaking it like a terrier with a rat.
Yeah, shake it like a Polaroid fucking picture, mate. I'll tell you that now. Thank you, Outcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just the way it kind of looks at him. There was the bit where at the beginning where it hugs him as well, goes in for that, puts the music on, pulls out a nice bottle of Chianti, puts it on the side, lights the candles, turns the rest of the lights down, approaches him in a sexy lounge. Oh no, that's the other movie I was watching. All right, less said about that, the better.
Yeah,
that special movie. Yeah, the exotic one.
I'm not doing the porn music.
No,
not doing
not
it
at all.
No.
I've been really trying, baby. I wish that had been the song. I so wish that had been the song that they played. I would have had a bit of a private giggle to that one. So yeah, this really was an up and down film. It wasn't perfect in any sense, and it's a bit like watching Tommy Wiseau's The Room. You shouldn't be watching it, but you can't help it.
Wow. Your review, mate, has taken so many left turns. I don't even know where to begin.
It's very hard to put a finger on.
Stop it. just stop. Just stop that. Wherever you were going with that, just do not. There's only so many.
It goes from things of brilliance, like other uses for like a bed handle hanging over the bed,
Hoist.
a hoist. Yes, hoist.
Hoist. Why are you doing with H?
Hoist.
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 Whip.
Whip.
Anyway,
So,
yeah.
things like that we can have a bit of a giggle at, because sex scenes in those programs are always, or those films are always a bit comical. To moments of absolute ridiculousness, and like people flying through the air when they get hit for a van, like as if they're in the Cirque du Soleil.
The pirouette. Yes.
The pirouette. Yes, the pirouette.
Yes.
So, oh, man, it's just. I want to turn around and say that I really didn't like this movie, but there were bits I actually did find, a bit like, oh, this is getting interesting, and then it would. It's like having a friend who comes out and says something really profound and intelligent, and then follows it up with something fucking stupid, And it's just you've lost all your credibility.
Yes. Dow, I've known that for a long time.
Yeah, I know you have, Lee.
I was gonna say, when the studio re-edited it, the movie made a lot more sense.
It probably was going to be a really, really cool film, but I don't think adding more to it, just extending that time. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is just the offcuts for 2.5 hours. I don't really want more.
No.
I want less.
No, I think the thing is, if you saw the Romero original, it'd be a very different film with different tone and a different pace.
Yeah.
But the fact is, it's a George Romero film that has been chopped to, say, a Hallmark beat. Which is why it's weird.
Yeah. Can we just put out
like in the Romero script, the evil Burbage does get his comeuppance rather than just disappearing.
Yes.
He gets fucked over by the monkeys.
Yeah.
The lab monkeys in the end.
Yeah. I was expecting
he steals Jeff's serum and he comes a cropper from it. Yeah, but actually, as it is, he's just there and disappears. But this is I say a lot of the oddness of this movie. Once you know this was a studio re-edit job, you kind of that. Oh yes, that all makes sense now. That's why it's like it has these weird sort of shifts in tone and jumps and. Hops and skips, and this kind of, and I'd say they insist on the happy ending, which really makes it completely Hallmark. Because they really tried to. If you look how they've paced it, they're really trying to turn it into a romance.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but this is Hollywood for you. There's a lot of cocaine, I believe, in Hollywood, which explains many stupid decisions.
A lot of cocaine.
I mean, you got to remember, when you're dealing with Hollywood studio executives, what sums it up for me was a story that apparently when George Lucas when he was making Star Wars, he kept getting memos along the lines of, this Wookiee guy, why isn't he wearing pants?
Yes.
Yes. And that's the sort of mentality you're dealing with.
Yes.
Someone has a science fiction horror novel. They hire a noted horror director to make the movie. The studio goes, we don't like it. Let's try and turn it into a romance.
Yes.
Of course.
Makes perfect sense.
In some universe it does. A universe with a lot of blow.
Yeah, just a bit. This is very reminiscent of that story that Kevin Smith always tells about Superman Returns, or the death of Superman that he was supposed to be writing, and the guy he was
John Peters.
His
gigantic spiders.
Fucking obsession with spiders. And the studio said to Kevin Smith, did he talk about the spider? Yeah, he did. He talked about the fucking spider. Do you know why I like spiders? Why? Because they're the most vicious killer in the insect world.
Yep.
Incredible predator.
Yep.
Incredible predators. Yeah. The fact they even included that in the fucking Flash movie just boggles my mind. But there you go.
Tell me about it.
Anyway, right, okay. So just going to move on to you, Elton, because you've been very polite. You've been a very polite chap. You've been there. So let's do a spoiler version. What did you think of this overall? Go on, because like I say, I can't think of questions.
No, that's fine. Okay, so There was a couple of things where, well, one thing in particular where I thought it was ahead of its time. And that was one of the camera shots where it was attached to the wheelchair and facing Alan and and just attached. And you see it a lot nowadays, this type of shot of following your hero almost right on his face. And,
the chick, Digby Chicken Caesar. Cheese it,
Digby Chicken Caesar.
I don't know what that means.
I will send you a link. You can watch it at your own pace.
Digby Chicken Caesar.
Yeah, go on, carry on, Elton. Go on.
But yeah, I thought that's the first time I've seen it used at this point. In time. I think you watch movies and a lot of them use this type of effect now just to show that you're honing in on your hero and everything else around that person is happening. And the only way you can do that in a wheelchair is show that person moving and the whole room moving around them. Yeah. So I thought that it was used sparsely, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
not too many times, but I think it was just out the norm for the movie to be noticeable.
Yeah.
So I thought it was good with that. I thought the humor through this was all right at times as well. There was moments where all shit was going off and Alan was having a go at someone, and he'd normally be having a go at someone, and then the next shot he'd be wheeling himself into the room and be really, really polite, almost as if nothing had happened at all. And so, that was whiplash from that point of view. Also, watching people running around after a monkey and him just going, "No, come back." Out the door. And you're like, what are you going to do? You're not going to do anything, are you?
Yeah.
And the frustration I have of Jeffrey, where you've got a monkey, it's tiny, it's going to be vicious, it's going to be like a dangerous cat. You can still grab that fucker and twist its neck. You can still get it.
Yeah.
But no, it almost does like suplexes on this person. It's ridiculous. And while I was watching him fight this monkey, this really tiny monkey, which he could have just wrapped up in a coat and jumped on and destroyed it. But he didn't. He chose not to, and chose to take a syringe to a knife fight with a monkey. While I was watching those fights, I was like, "What?" My brain was going, "Well, how is this going to end?" And I can't work it out. And Darren, you're right. He uses kindness. Let's put some music on. Let's do it. Let's dance. Do you remember them emotional times that we had? No, we need electricity for that. And I thought that was quite cool. And all the time I was going, how are they going to fucking end this? His girlfriend's knocked out. His mum's dead up in the bath, floating out at the moment. His other mate is dead on the floor. How the hell is he going to kill it?
Yeah.
Grabbing the monkey by his mouth and flinging it around was not on my bingo card at all. That was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so good.
Something. Yeah.
And just I think there was a couple of other moments where I actually laughed at. The brick scene, the getting run over scene was just hilarious.
That was hilarious.
I think that set a tone for what you could expect at moments during this. You know, the monkey going upstairs while his mum's having a bath and he's going, "Mum, Mum," and
Yeah.
the monkey just throws the hairdryer into the bath. You're like, well, yeah, that's why we don't have plugs in our bathrooms.
Yeah, that's it.
But while I was trying to work out how he was going to kill it, I thought, well, why doesn't he do that thing where he thinks he's in control of the monkey? And because I never quite worked out whether he was in control of the monkey. I think he was just seeing things through the monkey. But I think he was hinting that maybe he could be in control as well because of what's going on.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, how would the monkey know to go kill his ex-girlfriend and mate, you know, while they're bumming each other?
Yeah.
And I thought, well, why didn't he grab control of the monkey and just run it onto a road and let it get run over that way? That would work. But obviously, they didn't go for that option. But yeah, I found it entertaining. I think the more it went on, the more entertained I was. You know, watching Jeffrey off his knockers in that laboratory was quite amusing at times. That is almost mad cow disease territory. If he's injecting himself with like human brain tissue, that's proper wrong stuff that he should be doing there. And I was thinking, how comes he's reacting to it like that, but the monkey isn't? But then you have to think, well, that monkey's been dosed up constantly.
Yeah.
And having that, you know, that is like a heroin addict taking a big whack and other people would die from that. Whereas, you know, that monkey's just brushing it off because it's been having that dose constantly.
Yeah. 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 Needs to hit me up again, Alphonse. Give me another one. Yeah.
But one moment I wasn't expecting, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it now, is when Alan buries his face in the breasts of Melanie.
Wait. Let's see where he goes with this.
Not when they're having the umpy pumpy. Like, that's his flirting. He can't do anything else. He's like, well, what can I do?
Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about the Yumpy Pumpy second. Yeah, you're right. He just sits there and she's just sitting right beside him. And instead of like reaching for a kiss, he just kind of goes,
oh, fuck it.
Do you love me now?
And she backs off and you're like, oh, poor bloke and poor woman. And then all of a sudden, the hand goes up to the buttons. You're like, oh, hang on.
Hello? What? Yeah. Is that what you have to do? Is that how it works? Yeah. It was. That was an odd scene.
That was a choice.
It was a choice for sure.
Although was it Christopher Reeve's wife? She mentioned about
steady before you finish that sentence. Before you finish that sentence, think about what you're about to say.
I think there was an interview with Christopher Reeve and his wife,
right?
And about being intimate, and everything was fine in that department. Am I wrong in thinking that? I'm sure. Darren, Google that. Open up Google and type in
Christopher
Reeve has
quadriplegic sex.
I'm not going to Google that. Not even with DuckDuckGo. No.
Right.
Fuck that bollocks.
God. What has this podcast become? Okay, let's just get it out of the way. I mean, the thing with the quadriplegic sex thing is, on the one hand, you've got to go, salute. Hats off.
Great choice of words.
Hats off. Salute. You've got to give them props for attempting to do it and to normalize sex for physically disabled people. it's
they want to
fine.
get it on too.
Yes, exactly. The thing is, on the one hand, it makes perfect sense, absolutely fine, no judgment. You wouldn't bat an eyelid if the guy had all 4 limbs working. He wouldn't have thought about it. The problem comes, so to speak, for me, when it turns into a Red Shoe Diaries style softcore porn scene where she's hanging off of a fucking harness. The music's kind of doing that saxophone kind of kind of thing, the Kenny G thing going on. And then you get the scene where she basically sits on his face and you suddenly think he's got no way of moving his arms, his legs, his body, his neck, anything. And she's literally going clam down straight into his nose and his mouth. And you just think, on the one hand, representation, equality, fantastic. On the other hand, you're practically smothering him.
Yep.
This man is going to die very, very soon.
But he'll die happy.
But will he? I mean, because as far as I could tell, all he was getting was drowned and used as basically in the same kind of sexy way as a corner of a washing machine. But it's just like, what on earth was going on there? And it's like the film had so many, and it kind of typifies the random turns that this movie does. Because on the one hand, it's like big science fiction ideas, helper monkeys, but these robot houses, the idea of giving brain tissue and DNA to a monkey to give it super intelligence, and then what would that do to it? And man going further than it's supposed to do with science. Oh, by the way, here's a bit of Kenny G and a woman riding a man's face like it's a pommel horse. I mean, it's just like, what? And it's just so random and made worse by the fact that the guy has the personality of basically a plate of cheese. It's just, oh, okay. It just felt like another mandatory, arbitrary sex scene between protagonists must happen here.
Yep.
And it just was very, very weird.
I think a lot of 80s sex scenes are very weird when you look at them now.
Mm. Oh, God.
And they all, nearly all of them feel just bizarrely inserted into the film from like some sort of rock video too naughty for MTV.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So they're all just very, very strange. It's very strange. I mean, one thing I am thankful for the internet for was becoming the masturbation superhighway, which meant filmmakers no longer, were crowbarred into putting these bullshit sex scenes into films and stopping the action.
Yeah. Can't we just do like what happened to just turning the camera 5 feet to the right and then just looking at a fireplace for 10 seconds and then fading to black?
Yep.
Why do we have to go full gynecological exploration, just for the fuck of it? It's just like, Jesus Christ. Well, yes. So go on. Let's move on from that. But I tell you what, Jim. Let's go to you. Overall, what was your thoughts on this film?
I enjoyed watching this again. I think it's an interesting film. But it's also sort of kind of one of those films that make me twitch because it kind of like, I'd love to have known what Romero's original cut was like.
Yeah.
I imagine it would looked and sounded entirely different.
Oh, for sure.
From what I can, it's not terribly well documented, but I'm guessing kind of with the character of Alan, he sort of is a man, he's very physically orientated. And there's literally, when he loses the use of his limbs, he's lost his personality.
Yeah.
Because he's a guy whose entire personality is sport based.
Yes.
And he has nothing else. And that's a challenge. That's a bigger challenge from losing his limbs. He's lost his personality as well.
Yeah.
And Ella's how he reconnects with people and with other things other than fucking running around and making running extra super hard and bullshit like this.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think this, again, you know, if you want to do a remake of an old movie, this would be a perfect one to do. Go back to, you know, get Romero's original shooting script and do that. Because I think there's a lot of interesting stuff in here that I say you can see the bones of it in there, but it has been sort of chopped to this weird Hallmark beat to turn it into this bizarre romance involving a killer monkey.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, it's a left field mix. But, you know, as I always say, I like a film that gives me something I ain't going to see anywhere else. And Monkey Shines fulfills that.
Multiple times.
Yes. Not a perfect film, but it does deliver on those terms.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, overall, for me, I've got to say, the thing, the bits that I liked was the fact that they had this whole thing of what the monkey represents, which is, you know, it represents freedom for him because he's living through it. You know, almost physically when it's in the house, but then when it escapes, it's out there and he's seeing through its eyes. And that to me was a really interesting thing. It reminded me a little bit, and this is going to sound bad, but it reminded me a little bit of Lawnmower Man. Do you remember that, guys?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it Jeff Fahey?
Jeff Fahey and Pierce Brosnan. Yes.
Yes.
But the
computer avatar.
Yes, he's completely taking over cyberspace, and all the doorbells will ring. But no, the thing is, that movie and the thing it was kind of based on, which was Flowers for Algernon, was the whole idea of like someone who didn't know what they were missing, or wasn't aware of the world around them weren't perceiving it in the same way, and Monkey Shines does that with the guy suddenly perceiving the world through Ella's eyes. And I thought that was great. I thought that was really cool because you can see the connection. And but then the connection goes both ways. Something that would go to something like The Fly a couple of years later. And so, you know, so when the monkeys kind of all rage in the motions and, you know, stuff. So when he's like blank slate cheese man, and the next thing you know, he's got the fucking monkey teeth. I don't know if you noticed that, but he got the canine monkey teeth.
Yes, very subtly. When that shifts balance, his canines get sharper.
Yeah.
It's really, really subtle, but really clever.
Yeah, I thought that. And so stuff like that, you know, to sort of indicate that he's becoming more bestial because she's kind of transferring into him, and he's becoming more free because he's transferring into her. All of that stuff would have made a fantastic psychological horror, because it's like, where does the man and the beast begin? Is it really him? Is it really her? All that sort of stuff. But where the film kind of falls apart for me is because it just constantly doesn't know what it wants to be, does it? And you know, it's what we've been referring to, the Hallmark thing. Does it want to be a lovey-dovey romance between a man and a monkey trainer? Does it want to be a sad tale of a monkey in a vivisection lab, or does it want to be some kind of corporate shenanigans thing with two rival scientists that wouldn't look out of place in a sort of, you know, was it From Beyond or Reanimator? You know, I was expecting Stephen Root to find Stephen.
We'll explain later.
Yes, exactly. And yeah, I was expecting to find Stephen Root's head on a pike in the lab or something where the monkeys had attacked him, but he just disappears. He gets the serum and just fucks off.
Yeah, you know why that is, didn't you?
Why is that?
Because the big plot of that movie, he'd been fired 6 months ago. Think about it.
Oh, Oh
Yeah,
God,
office space. Yep.
yeah, exactly. And he wants his red stapler. He's just been waiting
Indeed.
for his red stapler to come back. Yeah,
Oh, is that him?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stephen
okay.
Root.
I was wondering if you bring back my stapler. So yeah, so stuff. So it was just like there was so many bits where I was like, just pick a fucking lane. You know, if you want to do a romance, go for the romance. If you want to do the Dr. Frankenstein meddling with science that Wham was not meant to meddle with, go for it. If you want to do a psychological thriller with a man who's become trapped in his own body and is now using, whether supernatural means or scientific means, he's trying to explore the world from the monkey's perspective and they're becoming entangled, do that. But the film just kind of flip-flops and plop-plops around, and you end up with this kind of hodgepodge of a film, which really is kind of three films Frankenstein together. And it's funny, it's interesting you mentioned, Jim, that it's been cut. Romero's version, because I would have imagined, based on something like Day of the Dead, that Jeffrey, the science guy, would have been a much more prominent character. The whole thing would have probably focused more on the lab and what was going on there.
He was my favourite human character in that.
What,
Jeff.
Jeffrey?
Yeah,
He was a
so I do
dick.
believe I do believe that was the first time the word cunt had ever been heard in an American film. So
Clinical cunt.
I automatically got endeared to this character when he said that. It was like, oh yeah. No, I found my person.
Oh, I like you. You're talking my language.
It's Jeffrey. It's Jeff. Says it how it is.
Yep. Thanks, Jeff. We like you, Jeff. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, did everyone? What did people think of Jeff? Because for me, we know what Darren thinks, but for me, it was like, I thought he was. I thought he like old Stanley Tucci's doctor, and I'm not used to seeing Stanley Tucci with a hair. That was odd, but everyone seemed to be self-serving.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
And yet in that typical 80s thing, you're supposed to say, "Oh, Jeff, he's a one, isn't he? He's a bit of a one." But he's like brought a rage-infected monkey into your fucking house. Like,
yeah, he's a proper dodgepot because he's brought that monkey around. He's lied about the monkey and told his mate, look, it's a snide monkey. I got it from a boot fair, basically. And then you find out that it's stolen from the lab, and the guy's like, well, it wasn't sent down here for an autopsy. He's like, well, maybe it just got lost in the post. Like,
it's with your red stapler.
Yeah, you dodgy bastard. But I didn't mind him as a character. I don't think he wasn't a manipulative, like moustache twirling dickhead. As you would expect in these types of movies, especially when it comes down to the monkey. Yeah, he just wanted to inject it a couple more times instead of being like, this is my creation. It never went down that road.
No, I don't know. I thought it was going to when he injected the last vial of serum into himself. That was a bit weird. And then that went nowhere.
Well, you say again, this is the studio re-edit working its magic.
Yeah.
And plot lines disappearing.
Yeah. Because I thought he would be more in control of the monkey at that point. And I thought he was going to be the one that, that twisted the monkey's ambitions and then went and attacked Stephen Root's boss lab technician.
Well, when the monkeys were terrorizing his lab, and he injected himself, I thought he was going to take control of the others.
Yeah.
And I thought that it was going to go down that road, but it just never went anywhere near it.
No. It was like right there. It was waiting. I thought he was going to become like Like, was it Wendy from the fucking Alien Earth? I thought he was just going to stand up with his head pulsing or something, and then go wahaha, and all the monkeys stand up and run off.
Yeah.
Well, in the Romero cut, I don't know the entire details because the details are a bit scant, but I know his rival Burbage gets fucked over by those monkeys from his lab.
Yeah.
After that,
well, that would make sense then. Yeah.
Yeah.
And did anyone? I know this was before the film, but did anyone get a Gremlins vibe?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, when they were all in the lab dancing around, I was just waiting for the music to strike up.
Even when Ella would attack someone, scratch them, or have like the switchblade or whatever, you know, it was a Gremlins moment.
Yeah,
that's what I thought anyway.
Yeah, in fact, thinking about it, Joe Dante might have been a better director for this. He would have camped it up a little bit more, I think. But interesting. Yeah, I did get the Gremlins vibe totally. I totally know what you're talking about there. Hallmark's Gremlins. That's a that's a thought. Right. Okay. I'm very aware of the time. Has anyone got anything else they desperately want to bring up about this movie? Because I'm kind of a bit of a loss.
I got one last thing.
Go for it, Elton.
The operation at the very end when the monkey jumps out of his back.
Oh yes,
that's glorious. That did make me jump a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, that was a good one. But that comes from a tradition of sort of like those 80s horror movies where it kind of like has a jump scare for no discernible reason and then goes, aha, it was just a dream, and then the credits roll. I mean, see like things like Carrie.
Oh yeah, it's Nightmare on Elm Street as well. You know, loads of things like that. But I think that's why I warmed to it, because it was a hark back to them days.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Okie dokie. Anyone else? Darren?
No, I'm done.
You've fallen asleep again, didn't you?
No, I'm just done.
Yeah, okay. Jim?
No, I'm good.
Okie dokie. Right, well, in which case, if anybody out there has watched Monkey Shines and wants to talk about it other than the swinging face-sitting scene, then by all means, send in some feedback to the usual channels, the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/the Black Dog Podcast, email feedback@blackdogpodcast.com, or hit me up on Blue Sky at cartoonbeardy.bsky.social. Right. Before we do Pimp's Corner, we're going to find out what is our last movie of horror season, Indeterminate Weeks of Horror, which, if we're lucky, might actually conclude before the end of Halloween.
It might.
And it is your pick, Dal. So
it certainly is.
What do you got for us?
Right. So this one is going to be a real roll of a dice, quite literally, because that's what I'm going to do to determine this week's film. Either that, or we can.
No. You do you. You do you.
Okay. So, there's going to be. This is a bit of a mixture, a bit of a mixture of four films that I've seen that I've never seen. I've never watched them.
Right.
They're all different levels of fame. Going from something that quite a few people have heard of to a film that I've never heard of at all, but sounds pretty interesting.
Do you want some music to sort of drama this up?
Let's see. I've got my D&D dice here. So let's see. Shall I find a 4-sided dice?
Go on then. I will gear up the music. Hold on. Here we go.
4-sided dice.
Yeah.
4-sided dice. Yeah.
So roll up, everyone. Darren's got a dice, and he's going to pick the movie.
Or I've got a die, I should say.
Go on.
A die.
Go on.
Okay, so for 4 movies, here we go. Let's.
Fucking music! Stop. Go on, carry on.
Roll the dice. Right. Okay.
What's the number, Dal?
How do you read this fucking thing?
Oh my god!
Hold on. Oh right,
It's a
okay.
fucking
so
dice.
it is film number 2.
Brilliant. Film number
Film
2.
number
What's that
2.
mean?
Film number 2 is a Nicolas Cage film. One of the 2 Nicolas Cage films I had on this list.
Uh-oh. Okay, go on.
Okay.
Then. I'm going to stop the music now.
So
Yeah.
this one, people may very well have heard of. All right.
Okay.
It's classed as a horror film, or at least I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Longlegs.
Cool. Okie dokie.
There we go.
Have you seen Longlegs?
No, I've not seen any of the films I picked on this list. It's been very difficult to choose a horror film because it's like we've watched all the ones that I've ever heard of. So what the fuck am I going to do now?
What are we going to do now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, yes, we're going to go for Longlegs.
Which would make it the second Osgood Perkins movie we reviewed within 5 weeks.
Oh, there we go.
Because he did the monkey.
He did, yes.
So we've gone from the monkey to Monkey Shines to Longlegs.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just need a long-legged monkey.
Yes, a long-legged monkey from Liverpool. So I'm going to ask the question, but I think I know the answer. Elton, have you seen Longlegs?
No.
Okay. And Jim, have you seen Longlegs?
Yes, I have.
Right. Are you looking forward to seeing it again?
I'll give it another go.
Oh, good Lord.
I have also seen it. I saw it opening night at the Prince Charles. And yeah. I'm hoping I warm to it more than I did the last time. Which is not to say it's rubbish. I'm not going to guide anyone's opinion, but there's a
There
couple
was a
of
lot of hype about it, put it that way, when we first saw it.
Yes,
Right.
the trailers were very, very atmospheric and very, very good, but the presence of Cage was a choice. That's all I'm going to say. So
Okay.
there you go. By the way, Elton,
Yes.
I realised we've done three films so far. Have we got a potatoes scale on these?
No. Well,
Has
my
any of
one,
them-
my one. No, there was no potatoes. The
Perfection
Perfection. No potatoes whatsoever.
and Monkey Shines.
This, I'll give it one just for the back scene where the monkey jumps out.
Okay. So we've had a low scoring potato season this year. We've had
I
some.
should have picked the McPherson tape, shouldn't I?
You should have done, yeah.
Oh, don't you fucking dare!
Yeah.
Honestly.
Man alive. I mean, this is worse than the Irish potato famine for this season. It's been bad.
You
So-
pick the McPherson tapes. I might not be there the next week, honestly.
Right. Have you actually seen those, Elton?
Well, I've seen. I don't know how many versions there are, but I have seen one that was on TV once.
Okay. Right. So you haven't seen. Okay. So you haven't seen the one that's on Amazon Prime. That is the, shall we say, slightly less sanitized for TV version.
Probably not. Is it like the found footage one?
Yeah, it's the same film, but
Cool.
It's obviously been cut for TV. That's all.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, right. Well, Darren,
Yes.
you have picked Longlegs.
I picked Longlegs, which can be found on Amazon.
Yeah, it can be.
Indeed.
Yes. Okay. So
Just
we
out of
shall.
interest, what are the other films we could have had?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Let me read you the other ones, and
Mm.
we can. If something sounds a lot more interesting than this,
No, it's too
you'd
late.
like to
The-
give it a go. We can
No,
always
the-
recut this, and I can go. Oh, the dice has said number 4.
No, no. There will be no
okay.
cheating on my cast.
Okay, all right. Well, you asked for this.
Go on.
Okay.
Go
Number
on.
1,
Mm.
and next to the number 1 was "Drag Me to Hell."
Oh, I saw that.
Oh.
I wrote a review for that in Sci-Fi Now, and actually had Lionsgate try and give me some lovely extra bonus stuff, goodies to change my
Oh.
quotes so they could put it on a poster, but they didn't because I said
Do you
no.
want to watch that instead? We might get some
No.
more stuff. I'm all for a freebie, you know.
No,
I don't care.
no. Mate, it was when it came out in the cinema. It's like fucking 10 years old. Go on. Anyway, carry on. What's the next one?
Okay, so the second Nicolas Cage film I had on the list, number 3, was Colour Out of Space.
Oh.
Again, nothing I haven't seen that film before, but I do like the premise.
Yes. Okay.
And
the last film?
The last film, under the banner of number 4, is a film that I have never heard of, and just fell across this one as I was searching for something to do. And I don't know, could be good, could be bad. I like the sound of it. It's called The Boys from Hell's County.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah, which is about, I think they're like sort of a bunch of workmen from Ireland who accidentally open the grave of an ancient Irish vampire and come hunting them through a town. So, there's lots of very sort of, from what I saw in the trailer, it's very, it's a very Irish film. It's very, very abrupt in its delivery of some of the lines. Like,
Right.
get out the fucking way! So,
Were they all on a milk float going at precisely 4 miles an hour around a roundabout?
no, nothing like that at all. But there is things like, fucking diggers and stuff like that involved in it. And
Right. Well, I think on balance, Longlegs was probably the right pick.
Okay.
Because Drag Me to Hell's more of a comedy, I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else has seen it, but anyway.
No.
But anyway.
The Boys from Hell's County is actually put down as a comedy horror.
Right. Okay.
So,
Well, the Island have been knocking it out the park quite quietly with all these quite offbeat comedy horrors. There's been quite a few very good ones over the last year. It's probably starting with Grabbers.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I've seen quite a few. I need to do a show on it at some point because they're very quietly just been releasing these little gems. They're kind of like just typical Irish humor. It's kind of a bit weird and offbeat, but very fucking funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Right. So next week we will be back for Longlegs, the Osgood Perkins movie, which has an extended cameo by Nicolas Cage. Right. So Jim, tell us what's going on with Hypnagoria.com right now.
Right. I'm just gearing up for Halloween and coming out over the next few days, probably around the weekend. We have the Commentary Club Halloween special, which is on the original Amityville Horror.
Nice.
On my main show, I have another chapter of Halloween history, looking at Halloween in the 1990s.
Nice.
And on my reading show From the Great Library of Dreams, I've got, hopefully, if I get it finished writing, an original piece by me, which is kind of like a horror anthology sort of style thing of lots of little stories linked together.
Nice.
Yes.
Cool.
Okie dokie. I've got the last bit to write the next couple of days. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that. Lovely. And that's all over at hypnagoria.com.
It is indeed.
Brilliant. Okie dokie. And Elton, what about you, sir?
You can catch me talking about cars going around in circles on the Grand Prix podcast over at rogue2media.com.
Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, right. Well, that's it from me and Darren and everyone else. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Elton.
No problem.
And we will see you all next week for Longlegs. Until then, take care. Tatty bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ta-da.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. It's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll want to settle down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on.
I only came for a kebab.